Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here. Welcome back to the Crash Bandicoot 4 continuation of our 100% walkthrough. In this video, I'll take you through the level called Rush Hour, where we play as both Dingodile and Tawna, and there are 441 crates to grab throughout the level. No bonus level also, so there's quite a few you can miss. A couple of tricky ones, but most of them are going to be pretty obvious as you play through. The level's not that hard in my opinion. It is just really long, and the hardest sections are at the end of the level. So if you are going for that no-death run, it can get a little difficult. You definitely want to practice the ending as much as you can. Now, we're going to grab all of the gems. So to do that, you want to make sure you get at least 80% of the wumpa fruit. You want to make sure you grab all of the crates, find the hidden gem, and get under 3 deaths. 0 deaths, and you will grab that perfect relic, obviously. As you cross this gap here, you'll want 87 crates total, and if you are missing 1 crate every time you beat this level, it's probably the crate that is coming up very soon here, and that is by jumping down into the left and grabbing this. Now, I'm not going to comment throughout the entire video, but there is one important thing I want to mention right here. There is a golden wumpa fruit crate sandwiched in between a metal block and a nitro block. The only way you can get it is by spinning an enemy into it. Otherwise, you can leave it, and then, you know, the nitro crate will explode it. Or you can grab the mask and then just explode it on yourself. You'll grab the crates and you will burn your mask. This will also get you the nitro crate, though, which will have a slightly different counter. If you got that nitro crate, you would be at 134 and not 133 right now. Then you can just jump down and finally get to your first checkpoint of this level. The checkpoints aren't very generous at all. You'll be at 151 when you reach this checkpoint, by the way. For this next upcoming section, things are pretty obvious. There is one kind of crate far and up and to the right that is being flown by a little robot, so make sure you grab that. There are some optional crates on the right here that will have to vacuum up. There's a couple optional crates on the far left after we pass through this first section, but you shouldn't really be missing much of these. The only thing you want to watch out for is there will be a section where some of the bots have a nitro crate, and if you're not careful and you don't destroy that nitro crate with a TNT, you can lose your mask if you have one, or if you don't have one, you may even die. But otherwise, just make your way to that next checkpoint, and it isn't too bad. Now, I'm at 226 for this checkup right here at this checkpoint in terms of how many crates I have. Your number may be different, though, depending on how many nitro crates you exploded. I don't think I've exploded any up until this point. Now, this section can be quite difficult. You will probably burn your mask, or you can try not to. But what you want to do is grab all the boxes as you go across them. But at the end, there will be 4 boxes, and you can either try to destroy them using TNT crate, or what you can do is go all the way to the end and then come back for them. Either way, it is quite difficult not to get hit here, so you may just want to watch out. I skipped the boxes. If you go all the way to the end, it actually freezes the bots, and now we can ride our way back to the boxes we missed. It is still quite difficult to vacuum them up and not get hit, so you'll want to keep that in mind. Now, I do end up hitting a couple of the robots, which is the reason that you'll see my nitro crate counter go up So you may be at a slightly different number than me. I did break a couple of robots. You'll be maybe around 266 if you didn't break up any nitro, 267. I ended up at 275, but you definitely want to make sure that you note any difference between your counter and my counter if you want my counter to be useful to you later on in this mission. Don't forget to grab the hidden gem, by the way, before taking the elevator and switching to Tawna. Now we have the Tawna section, which I think is pretty straightforward, although there's a couple of hidden boxes, and there's a couple of 2D platforming sections that can be a little bit difficult. Here on the right, I do destroy the 3 extra nitro crates, so consider that if you're comparing your crate number to my crate number. At this section here, you do want to make sure you hit the bounce up to make sure that we grab the golden wumpa fruit box above, and then disable both of the TNTs to make sure we can continue forward. Disable those TNTs and smash through. Keep in mind, any difference in your counter from mine could be from the nitros that we broke earlier. I broke, I believe, 8 or 9 of them. Then what we can do is just ride the rail, make sure you ride the rail safely, and continue through this platforming section, which is pretty straightforward. During the rail riding sections, there are a lot of boxes off to the sides, so keep that in mind. You will need to grab them with that right trigger. Here there is a timed box, so just make sure you hit the time box and grab all 4 crates. If you do miss one, you can wait and then just work your way backwards, although it is a lot harder to do that, so you want to avoid it if possible. Hit the checkpoint here and then consider riding the rail. At this point, you want to make sure we grab all of the extra boxes on the right and the left, and then hop between the rails when applicable and all that good stuff. Make sure you exit the rail when you're supposed to. Knowing what's ahead is very useful here as well. At this upcoming checkpoint, I am at 333, but your number may vary again depending on how many nitro crates you've blown up. Into the screen, don't forget about those 18 extra crates, and here I will throw an enemy into a crate for an additional one. There is a mask in the middle of this platforming section you definitely want to make sure you grab. Then just time your jumps across to make your way across. Grab the box if you didn't, which was a mask, which will be very helpful. And then what we can do is just work our way through to the next rail, making sure to grab everything along the way. There are a couple of different things here. We will have to transfer from side to side, and we will need to blow up some extra TNT on the right-hand side. So just make sure you're paying attention to the indicators for the triggers. Coming up here, you have to be careful. There is a fire box, and you want to keep an eye on it so you can time how long you should be jumping on the boxes before it. It can be a little bit tricky, and because these platforms fall, it can just be a matter of bad timing if you're not careful with how long you're delaying your jumps on the boxes before the fire box. Then what you can do here is work your way through the food truck. You'll stand on top of it. Destroy the boxes next to it. You should have enough wumpa fruit by now to have all of the gems associated with that. Grab the checkpoint and then just work your way across. There is a box here but you can grab it using your grappling hook if you prefer, or just get on that 4th rail and keep jumping into the screen. Then just navigate your way to the very end of the level, grab the nitro crate that is there, which will hopefully get you everything you need, and reveal that gem at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to drop a like, share the video with a friend. A super special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show, and hopefully I see you soon. Peace.